This is MOV Chun-Li, who plays against KO Yun, and then Nuki Chun-Li, and then Kokujin Dudley. The reason that I want to show this is that it just shows, I like the fact that there's a Chun versus Yun, a Chun versus Chun, and then a Chun versus Dudley, because those are some very common matchups that you'll see, and they're played pretty differently, each one of them. So you'll get to see very different responses from MOV to each one of these matchups. 2006 SBO, when it was the king of the world in terms of tournaments. Not exactly the case nowadays. KO Yun, okay, let's, I guess, pause it, because I didn't talk about Yun at all. Yun is another one of the top tier characters in this game. It's Chun-Li and Yun probably are the two best characters in this game. And Yun is one of the best characters in this game, basically because of Ganejin. His SA3 is really, really good. It affords him pressure whenever he has it that is almost guaranteed damage each time. It is built up very, very quickly. He has the ability to build up bar very fast to use it. And even in addition to Ganejin, he's still a strong character. I don't know that he would be top tier without that, but he's still strong with, dive kicks. This is really the first example of a top tier dive kick character, I think, right? Pretty much, yeah. So he, well, other than Dalsum, whose drills were used in slightly different ways, but yeah, it's kind of the modern dive kick here for the first time, and he's really good. So you'll see MOV have to deal with his dive kick a lot, and with the fact that he's going to be able to build Ganejin meter, and the fact that he has some decent normals, but they're not really, for the most part, can't really compete that well with Chun-Li. So all right, let's get going. He definitely wants to be in one of two positions: playing offense up close, or building meter far away. And as I said, already he's only 10 seconds into the round. He already has meter for this. And check out the way that, wow, that's so ridiculous. Check out the way that MOV reacts. Pause. So he backed up as far as he could, because he knows, okay, you know what? I'm probably going to get hit at least a little bit, but I want to run out the clock. It's kind of a clock run out situation. It's sort of like if somebody has level 3 X Factor, you want to run it out in some ways if you can. Hey, I might get hit, but I'm going to do what I can to only get hit by the dregs of it, by the last little bit. And he actually did get hit, but, he ran away and did an amazing job of parrying for a little bit there. It was a reset situation, and like I said, you can get hit during those resets with supers, and all of his buttons are considered a super during Ganejin. So, all right, let's get back into it. So yeah, he's going for this pressure. Footsies without buttons again. You can see whenever a character ducks like that. All right, so let's go back towards the end of that round, because this is a very important concept in Third Strike: the option select. It is not at all the case that option selects are new in Street Fighter IV. They're used in a different way, kind of, in Street Fighter IV, because they're used to ensure meaty pressure, to ensure that the opponent blocks, because if you do a safe jump, roundhouse, option select, dragon punch in case of backdash, you're basically forcing the opponent to stay still. They're not often used in kind of regular situations, but they are used all the time in Third Strike in regular situations, especially with the parry. So towards the end of this round, MOV Chun-Li does something called SGGK, which stands for some Japanese phrase that I don't remember the name of. But SGGK is basically one of the dirtiest option selects in this game, and really of any option select ever. If you, what you do is you input parry, then Kara throw. Kara throw just being a normal, which you cancel the startup frames of, into a regular throw. How that comes out: if the opponent is doing nothing at all, you'll get your Kara throw. You'll throw them. If the opponent sticks out a normal, you'll parry and then come out with the button that you pressed for the Kara throw. So if you're Chun-Li, you come out and you're always doing roundhouse, Kara cancel, throw, he'll come up with close stand roundhouse, which is super cancelable, as you can see. And then if the opponent, let's see, there was one other situation. If the opponent is there, if the
roundhouse is super jump cancel. That's how you do it.
Right? Yeah. You super jump cancel the roundhouse into super. Man, what was the third one? Now I feel like an idiot. But there is a third option in there that's super good. I don't know, man. All right. Apparently I'm super dumb. I can't recall. If you know, let me know, because I feel like a complete idiot. Yeah, no, I know, but I just, if you know, watching the stream, God, I can't remember what freaking SGGK is. Good job, me. I'm going to be commentating this game this weekend. That'll go well. In any case, it's really dirty, and yeah, that's exactly what happens. So he actually got the parry, boom, close down roundhouse. You super jump cancel it into super. He wins the round. Oh yeah, and I guess yeah. So if they throw, then you throw tech. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right. So in any case, SGGK takes the round. Just wanted to introduce the concept of supers. So pay attention to the way the Ghanaian pressure works. All right, he maintains it for a while. Stop. He maintains it for a while, and he has really good options for dealing damage. So let's go through it again. So a low, because he has a command grab out of which he can deal a ton of damage, and so you don't necessarily want to get thrown by the command grab. But if you try to jump away, as you can see, he got hit by a crouching short in there as well. Yeah. Makes his opponent go into block stun before setting it up. Actually whiffed on the command grab. I think the opponent was still in stun. Couldn't get it. But yeah, that is super damaging. Super, definitely the best thing in the game. And yeah, now he has the knockdown again and right back into it. So pay attention to what he does. Okay, he actually does a palm into command grab and gets all the damage that I was talking about. You can just, it's fine, you can just run it. Just remember that it was a palm into command grab. That goes into very, very strong damage. Ton of life lost for MOV. Goes for Kara throws. Chun-Li has the best Kara throw in the game, tied with Q. Totally awesome. Alright, so now again, MOV has to try to get away. But remember, last time, KO did the palm into command grab. This time, MOV probably expects something like that again, and instead Yun does the palm into close stand medium kick for the launch into death. So okay, anti-air crouching round medium kick. Tries to maintain the corner. He does. SGGK ends it. Blown up. All right, blown up. Okay, so let's go back through this last round. At the start of the round, I want to show the jump that yeah, go back. That's fine. Just let it run. It's cool. So in this game there is trip guard. That is to say, if you empty jump and you hold down back when you land, you can always block. You cancel your landing frames in the block. But if you jump with a normal, as you can see, it's jumping with jump roundhouse. You can't do that. And Chun-Li's crouching medium kick is really, really good at blowing that kind of stuff up. She can maintain corner control really, really well. Couple of guesses with that jump toward, try to maintain corner position. She does. Goes for the reset into the corner, and then SGGK for the win again. That ridiculous option select that Chun-Li takes advantage of better than just about anybody else. Really, really strong exploitation of the way that the game engine works by MOV. And now we have Nuki, who looks very young there. If you watch any Third Strike videos nowadays, he's probably the guy who you're listening to. He has a really awesome commentary style where he's just goes totally nuts and yells like crazy for any like dragon punch or crouching medium kick. It's awesome. It's really cool to see. This game or this matchup. Yeah, all right. MOV is pretty good at things. Yeah, that's pretty good. This matchup is a footsie matchup. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna get the kill at some point. I just want to look for a pause. There it is. All right. So just pause. This is a footsie matchup. They both have the best set of footsie normals in the game, and they both have excellent cancels into super. They're the same character. So that's really what it turns into. There are some situations where you want to be up close. If you need to make a comeback, then you want to do that. But if you are playing this matchup normally, then you want to be at footsie range, trying to outplay the other person with your sense of spacing and with your sense of timing on when to press a button or when to press a parry. And you can see that there by MOV. And he brings out normals that you didn't, and options, I should say, that you didn't really get to see much against KO. Some normals that he didn't really get to use that much because they're not that great in that matchup, but that are very important in the Chun-Li matchup, like Far Stand Fierce and Crouching Strong and Kazanchu. So, alright, go back into the next one. That's MOV. That's Nuki. God, he looks so young.
He does look young.
Wow. Nuki in the gray. Also, definitely one of the best Chun-Li players of all time. Still very, very solid with her. Yeah, you can see the way that they're dancing back and forth, meter building with whiffs, and MOV willing to back his opponent up. Now he has the huge advantage. This is not an even matchup right now at all. Because he has super, and Nuki doesn't have super, he can take these extra risks. He can keep his opponent cornered because he knows his opponent does not want to take risks in trying to get out. Alright, so now he has his own super, he can immediately take more, or get better options, and he does, and he uses that to get back out. Bam! God, he knew exactly. And he's actually been fishing for it. Pause. I guess we could go back and look at that last round. We don't really need to, but there were times when MOV, okay, back up, I guess. Okay, so watch his corner control. Yeah, you see that down right there? Right there? That's perfect timing, because that's exactly what I wanted to show. He had it down right there, and it was that footsie without buttons idea. Now keep that in mind. There it is. He looked for it again. He didn't work out the first time. Nuki knew that was coming. He didn't throw anything out, but MOV immediately got back to that situation, throughout the parry and expectation, and got it. And he takes down another one of the best Chun-Li players in what is really one of the best Chun-Li mirrors that you could hope to see. All right, so now Kokujin. This is so cool, man, because KO is one of the best Yuns of all time, and then Nuki, one of the best Chun-Lis, and Kokujin, again, one of the best Dudley players of all time. Dudley in this matchup, he needs to be in there, because if he doesn't, he just does not have the normals to deal with Chun-Li at footsie range. She dominates him so strongly at that range that he has to be up close, making her guess high-low and throw, which he can do very, very well, and he can take off a ton of life. And he has, basically a couple of supers at this point. Any hit will give that to him, and he can be very dangerous with her with that. But he knows that look at his options. I mean, look at what he must think his options are right now, considering the fact that Chun-Li has crouching medium kick and stand fierce and crouching strong and stand strong, which just destroy him. And he needs to try to get in, but he's having such a tough time doing it. Looking for stand roundhouse buffer in the EX machine gun or super, or I guess really ducking into super. Yeah, I mean he's trying to play this patient game, because he knows that if he gets the knockdown, he can deal a lot of damage, but it's just so hard to get there. I almost feel like it's a Q sort of situation, where Q doesn't really have great options. Hey, look at that. I mean, his crouching roundhouse, gets him a lot of damage, but it takes a little while to come out, and the hitbox on it is not that awesome. And so she just blows it up. And now he's back to this spot again, where it's so bad. And MOV is doing a great job, to his credit, of making sure that he maintains that spot on screen. Here, actually, back up for a while. Just go back to the start of this round, actually, if you can. I'm sure that's fine. Pay attention when Kokujin starts to sort of threaten a little bit. Kokujin sort of gets to a range where his normals are not terrible. And yeah, it just happened a couple of times. And MOV jumped back. He wanted to get specifically back to the range where he knows that his character blows up his opponents. Yeah, you see, he's jumping back to try to make sure that he gets the ability to get to that excellent range where his footsies are so good. Kokujin really just fishing for stuff at this point. He knows he doesn't have good options. He finally takes a dash. It's a risk. He knows it. It doesn't pay off, and MOV's amazing sense of spacing pay off. The clip was also a really strong example of uses of the game engine and of knowledge of characters. So we saw the awesome use of the SGGK option select, which includes parries and carry throws in it. We saw the blow up of if somebody gets rid of their own trip guard while in the air. Awesome job delaying the cancel with crouching medium kick. Chun-Li's crouching forward kick is actually not a link. It's a very, very delayed cancel. For some reason, she could just cancel her crouching medium kick later than most other players or most other characters can. And so you see the use of that. Just excellent sense of spacing in that clip as well. So it's really a great example of what the game can be. You saw a lot of space control, but it's at this particular range where it's very footsie based, and you saw a lot of mix-ups all the time. And that's really what this game is about, is those two things.